Welcome to Actual Scale Modelling. This is part 7 of Revell's Space Shuttle and 747. Scale is 1 to 144. Now this is the final reveal of the build, so as the name suggests, everything is built and ready to be shown. But like I always like to do, just a little bit about the kit before I show you the final results. As you may be able to tell from the packaging, this is one of the older kits from Revell, but don't let that put you off because the kit went together very well. In fact, the only main real problems I had with the kit were the ones I made myself. So with the undercarriage base slipping, when I had to fill that in with a bit of plastic card, that was nothing to do with the kit. That was just my problem, me not paying attention to it. So as I said, the build quality for this older kit is really good. Now it is a basic simple kit. You are able to put your own take on it if you wish, but this kit was really designed just for the outer part of the model. Wasn't really designed to have anything inside it. But you could, especially in the shuttlecraft, you do have the bays that do open, but you would have to build a full interior for that. And I would actually recommend the kit for that, for experienced builders who wish to add their own take on a build and a bit more of a challenge for them. This shuttlecraft, even on its own at 1 to 144 scale, is a really good size. Even if you wish to display it on its own, you could make a really nice diorama with its bay doors open. Although Dragon do a kit on its own, which is very similar, but it's a more modern version of the shuttle, and it's got a full interior. So it's something worth thinking about. But this kit itself, for one, it's the Enterprise, and two, it's attached to the 747. It's quite difficult to get nowadays, but you can get a Boeing 747 and a shuttle and pair them together. The only real difference here is the actual brackets that hold the shuttlecraft to the 747. Now, and that's what the only bone of contention I have with this kit is the rear brackets that hold the shuttle. There's no location points or markings on the fuselage to show you where to place them, so it's a bit tricky to get that done. If you watched the previous videos, you would have noticed me having to dry fit the struts, then marry them up towards the shuttlecraft and mark them. I had to do this a few times until I was happy with the positioning. And that's the only bad thing I have to say, if it is a bad thing, I have to say about the kit. I made the build slightly more difficult. But saying that, I would also recommend this not only for experienced builders, but for beginners as well. Because on the face of things, the kit is a very simple kit to build, and it shouldn't give anyone any real difficulties. Although the instructions are not as clear as they should be, they can be a little bit confusing, especially when you're deciding whether to have the landing gear down or up, or whether you're going to have the covers for the engine on or off. I didn't go too much into it because I was having the cover on, so it didn't really matter. If you're building it with the engines on, there's a lot of discrepancy in the instructions that you may want to have a look at. The decals went on very nicely as well, and there's not a lot of them, which is ideal for a beginner. They're nice and large, enough for you to slide them onto the area that you wish, and there's nothing there it's too taxing for anyone, hence why it's a really good kit for beginners. And that's all I've really got to say about the kit. It was a very thoroughly enjoyable build. So if you haven't done so already, why don't you check out my channel, for the rest of my builds. If you subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you'll be kept up to date with all my future builds. Hit that like button. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. And of course you can share the video. But for now, I hope you enjoy the final reveal. Bye bye.